and the urinary system and its diseases. What is the circulatory system? Introduction. The circulatory system or blood circulatory system, it consists of the heart, blood vessels, and the function of circulatory system is there the transportation, protection. Blood carries antibiotics that provide immunity from the pathogens and maintaining homeostasis like temperature regulation and the balance of body pH. And the components of the components of circulatory system is that the heart and blood vessels. In blood vessels, it carries the veins, capillaries, and arterioles. And yes, arterioles. And the heart. So first organ of our respiratory system is the heart. So what is the heart? Heart is a strong, powerful organ consisting of the cardiac muscle, and the location of the heart is it is located in the middle of the lung along with the body, midline in the thoracic region. The bottom tip of heart is known as apex. It turns into left, so 2/3 of heart is located on body's left side. The heart sits within a fluid filled cavity called as the pericardial cavity. And there are the 3 layers of heart are there. So epicardium, myocardium, and endocardium is there. So 4 chambers of heart is there: right atrium, left atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. Okay. After that, the atria are smaller than ventricles and thinner, less muscular wall than the ventricles. Atria acts as a receiving chamber for the blood, so they connect to the veins that carry the blood to the heart. And the ventricles are longer, stronger, and pumping chamber of and send blood to our heart. The walls are present in our heart. So 4 walls are there: atrioventricular wall or between the atria and the ventricle. So first is the right atrioventricular wall, means tricuspid wall, which is way that separate right atrium from the right ventricle, and blood flow from right atrium to right ventricle. After that, left atria ventricle wall means bicuspid wall, which is the next is left atrioventricular wall, means bicuspid wall, which is separate left atrium from the left ventricle, and blood flow from left atrium to left ventricle. So second is semilunar valve, one way at origin of aorta and the pulmonary arteries. It is a right side of heart is pulmonary valve, and it is a left side of heart is a aortic valve. Means at the right side of heart there is a pulmonary valve, and at the left side of our heart is the aortic valve. Then heartbeat or cardiac cycle. What is about the heartbeat and cardiac cycle? A beating of heart goes on by itself as long as one is alive. The healthy adults, there are 2 normal beat sound. It is a lub or dub. The lub sound, when first heard sound, occurs due to closure of atrioventricular valve and atrial systole, and contraction of ventricles followed by relaxation accompanied by the dub sound. Means these 2 sounds are there, lub and dub sound. So cardiac cycle is there, a sequential event in our heart, and the contraction phase of heartbeat is called as a systole, and relaxation phase of our heartbeat is called as a diastole. Whole process of cardiac cycle is just 0.8 seconds. And after that, the second is the blood vessel. They are body highway that allow blood to flow quickly and efficiently from the heart to every organ of our body. And there are 3 types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries are there. So arteries, it carry blood away from heart, and blood carried by arteries is highly oxygenated, and it is the largest artery within the human body is the aorta. And capillaries, it is they are smallest of blood vessels and form connection between the veins and atria. After that, veins is there. Blood vessels carry blood towards the heart, so it carry the deoxygenated blood. So fourth number is blood. What is blood? Average of blood is about 4 to 5 liters. Function of blood is the transportation of nutrients, waste, gases, maintaining homeostasis. And blood is made up of plasma, RBC, WBC and platelets. What is RBC? RBC is also known as the erythrocytes. The lifespan of RBC is 120 days. And RBC does not contain RBC does not have nuclei or does not have any DNA. So normal wall means normal wall creates 5 million RBC in every cubic millimeter of blood, and they are formed in the bone marrow. Second is WBC, also known as the leukocytes, and it is a minor cellular component. WBC is found in the lymph nodes. After that, the platelets are there. Platelets also known as the thrombocytes, and when blood vessels is cut or injured, bleeding is controlled by third type of cellular element like platelets, and it help in the clotting of blood. After that, plasma is the watery fluid of blood that make liquid. Without plasma, blood would not flow. After that, the diseases of circulatory system are the blood pressure, heart failure and high cholesterol are there. So our next system is the urinary system. What is urinary system? Urinary system is also known as the renal system or urinary tract. Exercise and metabolic waste produced by our body. The urinary system contains all the major organs that filters waste from the blood stream. Function of urinary systems are the excretion of waste product, maintain ionic composition of blood, regulates blood volume, regulates blood pressure, regulates blood pH and homeostasis of our blood, production of the red blood cells means RBC, and synthesis of vitamin D. So components of urinary systems are there: kidney, ureters, urinary bladder, and sphincter muscles and urethra are there. So what is the kidney? Kidney is a bean-shaped organ. It's located just below our rib, just below of our rib cage, and they protect by muscle and fat. Kidney are protected by our muscles and fat, and it is very well vascularized. And formation of urine begins within the nephron, the functional unit of kidney. Nephron is the functional unit of kidney. After the urine then flows through the collecting duct, and collecting duct then join together, and urine flows in our renal pelvis. And after that, when urine comes in our renal pelvis, it continuously flow in our ureter, and it transfer to our urinary bladder, and after that the voided away or excrete away through our urethra. So second is ureters. What is ureters? It is a narrow tube, one for each kidney. It is a narrow tube one for each kidney. It carry urine from kidney to bladder. Muscles in ureter walls continuously tighten and relax. If urine back up or we store the urine long time, there is the infection in our kidney, so it is a kidney infection can develop. After that, urinary bladder, a triangle shape hollow organ located in our lower abdomen. It held in place of ligament that attach to our other organs, and the bladder store of like 2 to 3 cups of 2 cups of urine for 2 to 5 hours. And urethra is there. This allows urine to pass outside the body. Diseases of the urinary systems are there: kidney function, kidney stone, acute renal failure, chronic renal failure are there. So this is all about our urinary system and the circulatory system and its diseases.